Hey, John Kavakis here with another edition of My Take. And today we're going to take a look at Brooklyn's 1968 Ford Mustang Cobra Jet made for Elmo Models. Now, what is Elmo Models? Some folks have asked. If you're familiar with the Brooklyn Collectors Club, the BCC, you're familiar with Mo Brown. Well, Mo got together with his son, Elliot, Mo, and they have formed a model finding agency. If you're looking for a model, a white metal model made in England primarily, it's something that there's a hole in your collection that's limited edition, you're having a hard time finding it, well, you can contact Mo. I'll give you the contact information later on in the video, and he will move heaven and earth to try and find it for you. He's done a really good job with that. He's a friend of the hobby. He's been part of the BCC for a long time. He's a great guy to deal with. So let's talk about Mustang for just a second. Mustang exploded on the scene in 1964. It was introduced at the World's Fair in April of 1964. They actually introduced it as a 65 model, and it set the world on fire. Now, it was essentially a rebodied Falcon. But the design language was just amazing. It had a long hood, it had a short rear deck, it had a sporty vibe to it that was unequaled. You could get it with V8 power, you could get it with a 4-speed transmission, and probably the biggest thing was it had all of this package, bucket seats, just a beautiful little car, and it was affordable. And it managed to just set sales records left and right. Now, in September of that year, Ford introduced the 2+2, which had fastback styling, and that set a design trend that lasts all the way up until this day. They also started offering the GT package. Now, the GT package is still available today, but back then it was a 225 horsepower V8, had fog lamps, stripes, disc brakes, and a slightly different, sportier instrument panel. So by 1966, V8 power was up to 271 horsepower, and that kind of began a race. In 1967, they had a brand new design. It was faithful to the original design, but it was a bit larger, and a lot of people think that they made it larger so that the front end could accommodate a big block engine. And that year, Ford dropped the 335 horsepower engine into the car, and at that point, the horsepower race was on full tilt. By 1968, all the stops were pulled out. Ford offered a drag racer for the street by dropping a 428 Cobra Jet engine into the Mustang with a reported 335 horsepower. We all know it was more than that, but here's the incredible figure: 440 foot-pounds of torque in a very small car. And Brooklyn has made a model of this Cobra Jet for ELMO'S models. Now, this is something that Elmo's done really well. He's given us several limited edition models of muscle cars. That's his forte. That's his area of interest. Each one of them has been very limited in production and have been beautifully done. And I think this one is no different. This is in lime green with the tan interior. And the finish is typical Brooklyn. Great lensing along the front, both in the fog lights and in the headlights. Striping is well done. I love that hood scoop. Boy, that was just, back then, that was such an emblem of, boy, I've got the big engine under here. Take a look at the wheels. Raised white leather tires. Very, very well done. Delicate striping on the side. Centerpiece of the wheels are particularly well done. Side marker lights, well picked out, separate from the rest of the car, not painted on. At the rear of the car, we've got the iconic three-piece taillights on either side. Dual exhausts on them. Great badge and great GT badge in the middle. And the interior is well done. Take a look at that dash and that steering wheel. It's kind of hard to see in there with the windows up. I wish they had put the windows down. But as far as the interior is concerned, the dash is well done. It's got the proper bucket seats with gear shift lever in between. And then they've got the antenna on the passenger side front fender. That antenna is made out of wire. You don't have to worry about bending it and breaking it. It can be reshaped. It's really a beautiful model. Now, Elmo's sold out on them. But the reason I want you to pay close attention to this video is he's got more models coming. There's already one on the drawing boards. I can't tell you about it yet, and you're going to want it. So the thing you do is contact Mo Brown. Here's all the contact information here. Let him know that you're interested in the next car. Right now, you can pick these up on the secondary market. They're going for a lot more than what they sold for. You don't want to be in that position on the next car. The other thing that Mo does, that he does really well, is he has become the primary resource for replacement parts for Brooklin parts. So if you've got an older Brooklin, needs a part, all you got to do is contact Mo. There's a charge for it, but it's a reasonable charge considering he's got to send it from England, and he can make your model whole again. So this is my take on Brooklyn's 1968 Ford Mustang Cobra Jet for Elmo models. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor before you go. Would you give me a like down there? If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Love to have you as a subscriber. We've got more videos coming. Thank you very much.